Good evening, good evening, good evening. This is Eugene Moore live on the Eugene Moore Show. We want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We want to say that we had a great Christmas today, and I hope you and your family also have that same testimony. Now, broadcasting live from my home here in Tallahassee, and I want to come on for a few minutes and talk to you guys about the controversy of Christmas. Why is Christmas such a controversial time? It seems as if some of, especially in the last 3 years, the biggest issues, concerns, and happenings all happen around the season of Christmas. And maybe Christmas is so controversial because it is so solemn and so quiet. It's funny because I told you guys that I live here in Tallahassee, and living here in Tallahassee is always busy. It's really an urban town, but it's very, very collegiate. We have FAMU here, we have FSU here, we have TCC here, we have Lively Institute here, we have 4 or 5 major high schools here. So our town is always, rushing and busy. But Friday night, in an effort to just, get out and have some fun, I was riding around town, and I noticed that nothing was open. No clubs were open, no bars were open. Everything was closed. The streets were empty because there's something sacred and there's something solemn about Christmas. And whenever there is something sacred and solemn, and whenever there's light, darkness has to always come around it. But I was greatly inspired by a sermon that I heard from Dr. Howard John Wesley, who lifted up this thought that darkness is always present, but it can't win. That light is ever eternal, but that light will always overshadow darkness. So Christmas is a controversial time because of the events surrounding the birth of Christ were quite controversial. You have Herod, who was a corrupt tyrant, who was a figurehead king of the Jews. So when the wise men came and said, we've seen a star in the east and we know that the king of the Jews is born, Herod gets upset because, wait, hold up, I'm supposed to be the king of the Jews. So that's one controversy. So now Herod wants to kill Jesus. And then you have the high priest asking the question, can anything good I'm from Nazareth? That's quite controversial. Then the angels and the heavenly hosts come and sing to some shepherds. That's really, controversial, being the shepherds were unclean and you weren't supposed to come into the presence of God unclean, but shepherds who were allowed to see the child in the manger, and their stenches and their sheep dung all over. They were still allowed access to the king who was born that night. So as we embark on this Christmas night, let's not forget about the controversy of Christmas and what that means and what that is to all of us and to all of you. It's been a pleasure to be with you here today. It's once again Eugene Moore Jr. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.